All right. Islam, peace and love. Love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Islam to all the Muslims out there. Islam to all the Moors. Islam to all the active Moors. And Islam to all the Moors yet unborn. You see, Noble Drew Ali wanted us to know the truth and the divine truth. You hear me? Noble Drew Ali wanted us to know the truth and the divine truth. You see, the problem we have today is, or the dilemma or the issue amongst our own nation, is that you got Moors that are divine only, and then you got Moors that are national only, and they haven't come together yet. And then you got the dirty Moors who's keeping that separation alive so we don't come together. And the other dilemma is that we think as Moors that we don't have a religion, when our religion is Islamism. It was given to us by Noble Drew Ali. So if you claiming Moorish American, you should be honoring the prophet, and we have a religion, not a dogma, right? And every citizen within a nation has flesh and blood, soul, spirit, nationality, and divine creed, right? So the part that we missing really is the divine truth, the love part, because Allah is truth. Love creates truth. Truth creates peace. Peace creates freedom. Freedom brings justice. These are the 5 principles of Islam. Why would Noble Drew Ali bring or reintroduce dogma to you when he broke us from those chains and gave us realignment? Did Noble Drew Ali not say that religion is law and law is religion? Islamism, Islam. See, that's the part that we missing. We missing the divine truth part. A lot of Moors came into this thing on the national side and wanting to get things and do things. But they didn't put Allah first, and they didn't put Allah in the right context, so they would leave the dogma side alone and pick back up the true religion, which is an old time religion. It ain't nothing new. Allah and man, Emmanuel, is an old time thought. So see, that's where we having the problem, because Moors didn't have the love for Allah first to move to the truth, to get the peace, to get the freedom, so we can all get justice. Right? Because our holy covenant, our holy and divine covenant is honor thy mother and father, that their days may be long lived on the earth plane. Islam? No, for real. Think about what I'm saying. Think about what I'm saying, and then put this into your daily affairs and amongst other Moors that you speak to. Because this side is missing the divine, and then this side is missing the national. When the name of our movement is the Moorish divine and national movement of the world. There's no way that you should tell a Moor that's coming into this knowledge he can't be a Moor unless he go to the temple. And then there's no way that you should tell a Moor that they don't need the temples if they not rocking that way. This a balance. This movement is a yin yang. It is nothing about individualism. It never was. It was only to save yourself, to save the nation. Because if we don't save ourselves first, how can we save anybody? So when we come into alignment with knowing that we need the truth and the divine truth, and not pushing anybody away from this information, we about to take off, because this the 7th year. It ain't no more time for confusion. It ain't no more time for pushing people back or yourself. You need to know the truth and the divine truth. Yes, a lot of temples are dirty. We know this. But what did the prophet say though? Put me at the head, right? I mean, on all your affidavits and writs, when we say the Moorish divine and national movement of the world, before we say anything else, we put in the nation first, we put in the prophet at the head, but you need to know that. I proclaim and declare my nationality. Oh yeah? Is it published? Where can I find it? It don't matter if you by yourself. You never by yourself. You got El Bay, Day, Al, Ali. You got all the ancestors. The power of the five. El Bay, Day, Al, Ali. Love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Spirit, earth, wind, fire, and earth. Who's alone? Arm, leg, arm, head. What? Talk. I don't think you're really feeling me. Because a lot of the answers that we looking for, this shit is already done. This shit has already been done, and the shit is already manifested itself. And the prophecies is coming true every which way you look. So it might behoove you to get the divine truth first and to have that love first. Because that's what's going to save self. No, am I right or wrong? Examine everything. Moors take everything into account, right? Like the 5% nation. We got 5% of the truth from this lie. We got 5% of the truth from this lie. We got 5% of the truth from that lie. And we bring it together and bring together a whole 144,000 world. Because we agree on truth. That's it. Allah is truth. If we can't agree on the all in all, then what are we really doing? Because everything was vested, the power was vested in us to remember who we are, to put these people on notice who colonized us and reclaim our land. That's the reparation. Reparation is in us. The justice is waiting on us. We got the power vested in the pen, in us. And the pen ink is the blood. And the blood is the real claim to the land. So it will behoove any and every one of us to just come together and agree on truth and realize that truth is Allah. And that the universe is not alone. Something created that. And then there was a layer on that. And then there was a layer on that. It takes a lot of respect to transform into a being that is one with Allah. It takes a lot of respect. And this is the confusion that was in the church outside of us in your Bibles when it said fear. And when you look up fear in the metaphysical Bible, it says to have respect. It don't say nothing about a command. It's a guideline. Why would you have fear mixed with free will? That don't make sense. Not for something that created me and that's in me and I'm a co-creator. Do you feel me? So that's why Noble Drew Ali said a lot of my good Moors is still in church. They still inside, figuring out who they want to be, where they at in life. And this is the right movement. If you love who you are and you love so-called Jesus, which is justice, join the Moorish divine and national movement of the world. Because everything else is under that umbrella. If you ain't with no temple, you definitely with the Moorish Science Temple of America, the body. But where's the discipline? Where's the respect for what Noble Drew Ali did? Because he was the last heir to claim the land for everybody, Yahshua status type stuff, right? This is why he's the last prophet to us, because he was the last to put the blood on record, right? So you got that, right? So if you not professing that Noble Drew Ali is the head of this Moorish divine and national movement of the world, and you saying that you Moorish American, you in violation. If you not putting the prophet at the head and you saying that you Moorish American, it's not popping. The trust is not vested in you. Do you feel what I'm saying? Like how Christians say the Father is not in you. Not that it wasn't Moors that existed before that, but he put everything in right order so the claim could be made easy. The trust is in the Circle 7 Quran. But everybody and their mama is, I got to go to 3-letter boys to set up a trust. 3-letter boys in them to claim nationality. 3-letter boys in them to perfect my status and claim my status and correct it. What? Wait. No, wait. What? It's a lot of fraud activity going on around here. You mean to tell me that I know I got status in every affair of life, but I'm paying somebody that's telling me I need 3-letter boys to correct that? What? No, wait. What? Do you see the fraud? Do you see the distractions? Your status is your condition and mind state concerning your ownership over your properties. Your status is your condition and your mind state for your ownership over your property. Why do you need a corporation that's not real to do that? Why? Islam, decree on record and publish it. Islam. Islamism. If you saying you're a proclaimed Moor, I should be able to find your record of you proclaiming your nationality somewhere in the world, whether that's a website, a newspaper, you see what I'm saying? Proclaim, to announce, to make something clear in a written statement. So that means you have to speak it verbally and put it on the record. If you haven't done that, then you tell me without any emotions involved, how are you a proclaimed Moor? For the record. So when something happens to you in the world, they already put on notice. All we got to do is come find you and come get you. This is why Noble Drew Ali said, we need each other, because we need each other to be counsel for each other. This is why Noble Drew Ali said, we need each other, because I have a trinity that being doesn't have, and he got another set of trinities, and I need to learn from his trinity and other trinities so I could become the Circle 7, the whole. This is why Noble Drew Ali said we need each other, because everybody don't do the same thing. Everybody has a position that they play naturally in life when they come to Muslim adulthood. Everybody has a profession or a talent. In other words, a unit of money that they are already gifted with. But the problem has been that we haven't been taught proper astrology to jump in that lane so we could be victorious in all our affairs. Islam, I don't know if y'all really feel me, but it's okay. I'm going to say this anyway, because it need to be said. It need to be revealed. It need to be unveiled, because the time is now like it never was to make things clearer than it ever was so that things could be made simple. Because Noble Drew Ali didn't make things hard for us, and he didn't make things stagnant for us. Everything that he gave to us, you can make a chapter with it, with every statement that he said, with every prophecy that he dropped. What did he say? Moors, if I could get you to thinking for yourself, you would save yourself. Just like I said with the Bible, it's not like the Biblios or the Bible was a command thing. It was guidelines, because you have free will. Now you can choose to claim Moorish American without Noble Drew Ali, but you're in supreme violation. It's not that you have to be bound to a temple. It's that you need to go to the temple to realign yourself and to get remembered. Because what did Noble Drew Ali say? When it was a flood of people in the temples, after all them years, he was like, what are all these people doing here? They're supposed to be out in public, being seen and known by their divine principles, executing love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Is justice not law? How did Noble Drew Ali not teach us law if he taught us civics? And civics means the study or anything having to do with citizenship, which is nationality. Our citizenship is national, of the land. That's the highest ranking citizenship. How did Noble Drew Ali not teach us law and not bring us to the temple just so we could get back out to the people and demonstrate? Do you feel me? Do you really feel me? Do you take these things and save yourself? We can't even come together as a small community unless we save ourselves first. There's a lot of shadow work that has to be done. It's a lot of clarity and deprogramming and reprogramming that has to be done, and only self knows what that is. And nobody can do that for you. So our ancestral estate is North America, South America, Central America, and the adjoining islands. For all those who are new to Moorish science and who are new to the Moorish divine and national movement of the world and the history of the Moors in general. Because I'm not saying it started with Noble Drew Ali. He just made it very clear and irrevocable. So, honors to our divine prophet. Everything shall be made clear this year, this 7 year. I don't know if y'all noticed, but Noble Drew Ali's Earth Day was right in alignment with the days. The 7th day of the beginning of the so-called January 1st, which is not really New Year's, to make that clear. It's really March 21st. Then our Moorish American New Year is 7 days after Noble Drew Ali's Earth Day, which is January 8th. We have to make things clear more. So anyway, it was right in alignment, meaning that all that fiscal activity, all that corporate activity, all that fiat, all that private commercial paper, it's done. This thing is done. It's finished. So it's important for Moors to know. It's important for all dark-skinned people to know. It's important for especially dark-skinned people at the Americas to know that we could never be Negro, Black, colored, Latino, Indian, Ethiopian, American Indian, African American, nigga, 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 nigga. So these are all the brand names. So once we all collectively agree on truth that we not these brand names, and once we all collectively agree on truth that we master religion, we don't master dogma, we don't master what a preacher gave to us and not read and dissect things for ourselves. That's dogma. We have true religion because Moors created all the literature that you see on earth, whether it's been tampered with or not. This is why the Holy Quran of Mecca, for all you Muslims out there who are adults, who are Muslims, when you Muslim, you a baby, you a child of knowledge. Anyway, the Holy Quran of Mecca it said clearly, when you ready, after you bow down, after you prostrate, I need you to stand up and take action. This is that time to take action on what was already introduced to you. It's not that the knowledge or the wisdom is evil. It's the beings that introduced it and controlled it for you is evil. And then what did they do? They got everybody to let religion go, which is realignment. And then from that, they let their God go, which is in them. And then everybody got on a confused state and was skating on ice from that point. When a citizen of every nation, I mean every nation, this is why Noble Drew Ali did this, has to have flesh and blood, soul, spirit, nationality, and divine creed, guised as religion, which is just realignment. So it would behoove you to know that in the Moorish nation, when we say Allah, we mean truth. And our religion is Islamism. We have one. It was given to us by Drew Ali. You need religion in law to even activate nationality. Because things are divine first, then they're national, right? So I'll say it again. The problem within this Moorish nation is that we have Moors that want to be divine only, and then we got Moors on this side that want to be national only, and nobody wants to cross the river and then shake hands with their brother man and share truth and then know the divine truth. Because Noble Drew Ali wanted us to know the truth and the divine truth. Because that's the uniting of Asia. The uniting of Asia is the uniting of what you call Africa, or that whole continent over there with that land, then that whole continent's over here with this land, the Americas, and they come together when they agree on truth. Because we all the same people. We all got the same blood. So before I get out of here, and this wasn't an official meeting, that's why I didn't go through my regular routine. I had some fire more that had to come off. It had to come off of me today and get felt by the nation, so the nation can have clarity, so we won't be confused anymore and we won't be at each other's necks anymore, because we the strongest well-beings on earth. And we need each other. So if you're not, I'm gonna say this one more time, then I'm out. If you saying that you Moorish American and you not proclaiming the prophet to be at the head of the movement, you not activating the trust, and then you not activating the land, then you're not activating chapter 47, which is divine in the script and the sacred literature, which is a divine spell in itself, which is a reclamation to your land, the Americas. But how can you be Moorish American and state that claim if you not respecting the prophet? And then before that, putting Allah or truth above everything and uniting with your brother in that. Because he was the last one to do this thing. That's why if we disrespect him, this shit is over for us. Because he set everything in place and he made everything simple as possible. And he said, save yourself before you save a nation. Think about that. Think about that. Think about that. It don't take a lot of people to commune with each other to make a move when they agree on truth. Because divine truth is divine protection. And from my own witness, when we line up in 3 or more Moors and move and do something that's according to our treaty and constitutional law, the energy is respected. It's very different. It's very different. It's very different. Because we are different. And we have the right to be different and respected as such. Am I lying? Am I lying? Am I lying? So we need to move like that. We need to speak like that when somebody tell us to move. Do you really feel me? Before I get out of here, let me read something to you. Hold on, let me go grab a document. Hold on. Let me show you something real quick. So you don't think that Hummmbull Bay is just sitting here talking and just sounding like a bunch of fire and flamery, and I ain't got nothing to prove, right? Let's talk. So everybody that somebody already know that Taj Tariq Bey gave us a clear and concise affidavit, right? The legal notice, I know you can't see it, but the legal notice, name declaration, correction, proclamation, and publication, right? When you actually read this, when you really read this statement, you'll realize what he did, you'll realize what Noble Drew Ali did, and then you'll realize what you already have. Islam. So let me just read. I just want to read this real quick. So at the top of this document, we have our flag, the 5-pointed star, green in the center, right? The red background. Then on the other side, we have the U.S. banner. Star Spangled Banner. U.S. banner. It's not the American flag. When it's put together with the Moorish flag, it's known as the flag of amity and commerce. But by itself, it's just a banner. What do you know banners for doing? Business only. You tell me how a business can tell a real live being what to do. When its representatives are human, how can a human represent a dead thing and make it real for you? Ask yourself that question. All right. Then the next thing it says is the Moorish divine and national movement of the world. Stop right there. Before we get into any meat or any written statement or any subject matter or anything of that matter, we stating the Moorish, divine, and national movement of the world first. Who's the founder of the Moorish, divine, and national movement of the world? Noble Drew Ali. So I don't want to hear nobody saying that they're subjected to a temple. No, we need our temples. We just need to start putting the prophet at the head on everything that we do. Legal notice, name declaration, correction, proclamation, and publication. Let's just read the first two paragraphs. Then I'm going to make it clear and back up what I said and bring it to truth so we can all bring it home. So then everybody that's making an excuse out of this energy, you still walking dead. I, then your appellation, being duly affirmed, standing squarely, meaning standing on truth, declare, meaning make clear and make clear in written form, and proclaim, meaning to announce, to speak out, and also to make claim in written form. Upon divine law first. Hold on. Stop right there. So before any other law, I'm making my statement clear for the record and affirming that the Most High's law is first before anything. On paper. Let's continue. Do you see how powerful that is before you even get started? And a lot of y'all looked at this statement, signed it, and just kept it moving. I'm not mad at y'all, but I'm just like, damn, we need to really get this shit together. So let me read that again. I, your appellation, and your free national name, and your appellation is two different things. They're related, but they're two different things. Your national name is the name of your nation. Your appellation is what you are known as a being. Do that make sense? Just look at the name. Free national name. Appellation. Then your aboriginal title. All those things are related, but they are to be looked at in the right context. Am I making sense? Let's read this again so we can make sense to our own self. And if you got this document at home, when you watch this later, or those that watch this later, pull it out so we could break these spells. Because it's up to you. Ain't nobody your authority but the Most High. You need to satisfy yourself with this information. Because you got the power. The power is vested in you. You to walk and live in truth. Start from the top. I, then your appellation, being duly affirmed, stand squarely, declare, and proclaim upon divine law, nature's law, universal law, Moorish birthrights, international law, meaning treaty law, and constitutional law, declare and say. Stop right there. If you don't know what any of those words mean in law, you need to hurry up and look them up. Because if you issue this statement, this legal notice to anybody, you need to know what you're talking about. Because all you did was put them on notice that you know what you're talking about now. That's it. And then you act accordingly from there. And you protect your birthrights with your word, because the word was with God before anything else. All right. Now let's read this and then I'm out of here. And I want y'all to feel this. And I want y'all to feel me, because I know you can feel the energy, but I want you to feel the truth from the energy. So it's not taken in an emotional sense. I'm just using that so it could hit you the right way, right? I, being previously identified by the Union State Society of North America, U.S.A, under the colorable. Look that up in law. Look colored up in law. Wardship name, meaning your all capital name that's on that birth certificate. That's not your birth certificate that your mother signed away her nature on, but she wasn't conscious of it. So it's a null and void contract. So all capital names, right? Do hereby refute the fraud. Fraud has no statute of limitation. Keep that in mind. Fraud has no statute of limitation. Keep that in mind. Frauds have no statute of limitation. Keep that in mind. Make public and publish my corrected national name. Declare and affirm my true proper person status, meaning my so-called name in right order, my appellation now, which is not just a name, right? And reclaim my rightful social and cultural life of the state in accord with my Moorish, listen to this, in accord with my Moorish nation of Northwest of Mexum, North America, acknowledging, listen, my birthrights, having lawfully and legally obtained and proclaimed my Moorish nationality and birthright, name and title in harmony with, in association with, and in accord with, listen to this, because it's going to reiterate what it said in the beginning, divine law, the customs, and the laws, rules, and usages of the Moorish, divine, and national. Stop right there. Because that was everything. Circle 7 Quran, divine constitution, divine warning. Everything that the prophet gave us can be used. Just think about that. Just stop yourself. Stop your whole self and just think about what I just read. That last statement. Right? Because the prophet came in as a civics organization, the Moorish Holy Temple of Science. Then he changed that name to the Moorish Science Temple of America, right? To a religious organization. Not only because Moors needed that, so it could be something for them to come out of their programming, but for you to also look at what every nation has and how they move corporately. So this live was to make every Moor that's proclaimed or not, the wise and the yet unborn, think. And this was enough meat in this live to keep you away from the devils or those ones of lower self, the dirty Moors, who are all frauds, who are trying to sell you packages, selling you status, and doing all this dumb shit, right? That was enough for you to pick up on your own leg and get moving, right? And what I just read, I didn't read the whole document. Go read it for yourself. It's on rvbaypublications.com under Writs of Freedom subsection. But just think for yourself, man, because this is what Noble Drew Ali really gave us. And take into account that this thing could never be sold. Take into account that this thing wasn't meant to just be told, but taught. Because man knows not by being told, man knows by being taught. Whether that's within himself or from his brother man that's in alignment. So just really take into account what I said and stop the bullshit and the separation and realize what we've been given and realize how this thing could be over with in 1 week or 7 days. Right? And listen to yourself, man. And the real ones that's going to listen to this, you know who I'm talking to within. The real ones that's listening to this, you hear your ancestors. Don't confuse things. Don't look at the comments and get lost. Really listen to the message. Really listen to the message. Really listen and get the message. Because that's why I'm here. And if you're really serious, DM me and we'll get deep. If you're really serious. But look out for me, man. Donate for my time because I give a lot of energy out here, right? But I really want to help guide you aright. Because it's a lot of fuckery out here. It ain't guiding nobody aright. So when you think of Moorish liberation, think of this live and think about what I just read and think about how I made things very clear for you so you can go look it up for yourself. You don't need me. You don't need other Moors that's telling you. You need to go look and read for yourself. Just like the Bible, the Quran, the Torah, the Sefer, the Vedas, and every last one of the books. And every book in general. Nigga, read it for yourself. Islam, love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Grand evening. All rights reserved and retained without prejudice or recourse.